Good morning, friends. My name is Piyush, and today I am going to start the part 4 of chapter Mechanical Advantage. That we call it as simple machines. So, in the last video, we have done till pulley, and we have to start now mechanical advantage. So, let me give you a quick revision of a lever. A lever is a simple machine which we most use in common life. Okay, lever consists of three parts: fulcrum, load, and effort. Now, lever can be classified into three types: class 1 lever, class 2 lever, class 3 lever. In class 1 lever, the fulcrum is between the effort and the load. Effort and the load can be on any side. In class 2 lever, the what we call it? Yeah, we call it as load. It is between the fulcrum and the effort. The fulcrum and the effort can be on any side. And in the class 3 lever, effort will be in the between. So, what is pulley? Pulley is a simple machines that we use in our daily life to put to do work. Like in villages, people used to draw water from the well through a pulley only. So let us start our topic now. So mechanical advantage. You're able to see my PDF. Okay, in modern pulley, the effort is equal to the load is lifted. Means if you take an idle pulley, the effort will be the equal to the load. It is not like the effort is high or sometimes a low. It is always equal. Now, the mechanic so it the effort is equals to load. So the mechanical advantage can be written as load upon effort, which is equals to 1. Now, in an actual pulley, due to friction, the mechanical advantage is less than 1 because in an actual pulley, people used to use friction to draw the water, so it will be always less than 1. Okay, I'm just scoring up. The reason why we use the pulley when it is mechanical advantage is equal to the 1 or less than 1, that the pulleys allow us to apply the force downward, i.e., in convenient direction. Means when we use a pulley, when we use a pulley, we apply the force downwards. We apply the force downward, and the bucket moves downward, and we can take the water from the well. Now, so it is saying that it allows us to apply in a convenient direction, and we get a useful effort also. So that is why we use pulley. To raise a load directly, effort is difficult, but with the help of a pulley. Now, if I say you to take a this is a well, you mean that this is a well. Okay, and one somebody is standing here and another one is standing here. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, another one is standing here. So I said this one to use a pulley like this. This is the pulley. Okay, and this to directly throw the rope and put the throw the water from the well. Now everybody will say that the second one will be convenient. No, the green one is convenient, or we can say that the pulley one is convenient, because pulley is a simple machine. No? That's why. So pulley allow us to apply the heaviest load in a lighter way and in very small time. Now we will come to another topic named as wheel and axle. You have seen tires of bicycles and cars, etc. Have you ever seen them? Yeah. We have seen in our daily life people are using the vehicles every day. So, how do the vehicles move? Through the wheels. Yeah, through the wheels. They obviously move through the wheels. But have you noticed that the two wheels move together? Not that is not that the first wheel goes in front and the back wheel goes in the back. No, this is the use of the axle. This is the axle. A wheel of axle comprises of two parts: wheel and this rod. This is known as the axle. Okay. So what is the definition? A wheel and axle is a simple machine. Um, it consists of either a wheel attached to an axle or two wheel of different diameter. We take two different wheel, like this wheel is this. These are the two wheels. One is bigger and one is smaller in different vehicles. So when they get attached, they make our work convenient. So because if they will move together, the force will be get maintained. The wheel is a circular object which is capable of rotating axles. Axles, sorry, axles. Where was I? As the wheel rotates, the axle is also rotates with it. Advanced linearly. A wheel. A wheel is a circular object, means it is circular. See, you able to see it? Yeah, this is circular. When it is circular, the wheel rotates. So now there is one formula that sliding friction is that is the way. Yeah, rolling friction is less than the sliding friction, because in rolling friction, see, this is the means I say that hill, and this is another hill. This is Raghav and this is Sohan. Sagar, they both have to carry cylinders. So Raghav had taken a wheel and an axle and put the cylinder on it and quickly make the cylinder move out of the hill. Now Sagar, means Sarab, he took an piece of cardboard and put the gas cylinder on it, but he was able to found that it was very difficult. So that is why this is happening due to rolling friction and sliding friction method only. In rolling friction, the work is more convenient. So rolling friction example is nothing but only wheel and axle. Now next topic is uh, inclined plane. Yeah, inclined plane. An inclined plane is a slanting wooden plank or a sloping surface. It is a simple machine which is used to move a load up with less effort. See, this is the figure. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is the example of an inclined plane, because when in an inclined plane, we take an example of a hill. Now, but suppose you want to take something heavy, like you want to take a washing machine. Okay, on a truck. This is a truck. I mean that this is a truck. This is a truck. Inclined plane. Now, if we take do you have seen that when we use a truck, there is a ramp. There is a ramp there, and when we use that ramp, what will happen? The pulley, yes, the pulley will keep the item on the ramp and then push it, and then it goes to the truck that is here. So inclined plane is also an example of simple machine that use in our daily life. So that is why the mechanical advantage of an inclined plane is always greater than one. But it is greater than one because it is used to push a load up with a less load. Less than the load, the effort is less than the load, then we can say that the mechanical advantage is always greater than one. Okay. Now these are some examples, so don't need to worry about it. So some examples like a ramp or an inclined plane is used in a building. You see a building that there are some ramps there, and people used to park their scooties. So it is used there, and in hospitals and huge buildings, etc. Now what is a wedge? A wedge is also a simple machine. So you have seen a knife, axe, pen, needle, etc. All these are examples of a wedge, because wedge is how is wedge formed? Firstly, wedge is formed not only but of inclined plane. Yeah, when two inclined planes are kept like this, okay, kept like this, you are thinking that like this. Wait a minute, I am drawing it to figure. Okay, when these are the two inclined plane and when they fit. Oh, this forms sharp edge. Sharp edge. Wait, 1 minute. form a sharp edge. So then we can see that this is an inclined plane. This is an inclined plane. Okay, so this was all about this form an inclined plane. And now the total thing we got is a wedge. Sorry, we're showing an inclined plane, yeah, but it's a wedge. Okay, yeah, when we use a heavy wedge with a sharp edge is easy to drive into a long and split into two pieces. Yeah, when we use screwdriver, when you use a screwdriver, so we can throw the nail into the wood. And when we use a knife, yes, when we use a knife and to take a carrot, see, wait a minute, carrot, this is a carrot. Still my drawing is not good. Yeah, this is a Y. What is this? Yeah, knife. Okay, this is a knife. And when we cut it, so what will happen? The knife will cut very easy. It will be very, very easy. Okay, now we will go to a new topic, screw, and after that we will do something new about the chapter. Okay, screw. A screw is a simple machine which appears like an inclined plane wound around a rod with a pointed tip. Hence, it appears like a lane with grooves on the circular curved shape. A screw made by the cutting the spiral grooves on the metal surface of a metal rod. The screw forms the thread of the screw. Figure 4.1 shows a screw. You have seen a nail, a screw, but who is strong? Obviously, a screw is the strongest, because when we take a screw, it will be easy to drive out. But when we take a nail, it will not be easy to drive out. So screw is covered with three parts. Screw has 3 parts: head, threads, and tip. You are not being able to see it clearly, so I am zooming it a little bit. Yeah. So these are the circular things that you are seeing. They are the, what we say, that threads. This is the tip and this is the head. Okay. So the grooves, we call it as a grooves. The grooves that is there is known as the threads. The one end of the rod is made narrow, which is called a tip. The other end is flat, which is the head that we told you now. Now the stilt is made as a head, so to turn the screw. Now you will be thinking that why the hole is made. So that is why we make a screw, because they use a screwdriver, and through a screwdriver the screwdriver put in the hole of the screw, and then they drive it. Means not that car drive, that they move it in a simple language, and the screw got inside. So this is the main rule. And screw is used in different things like machines, etc. Door knobs also. Now we have completed all about machines. Now what will we do now? We will now learn about uses of machines. Then we will, uses of machines. How we can care of machines. Now we have to learn uses of care of machines. We use several kind of machine in our daily life. Means we use several machines in daily life. So we have to keep it safe. So how to keep it? We should keep the machines clean and free from dust. Means it should not get dirty. Point number 2: if the parts of the machine are made from iron, they can rust, because iron can rust easily. So when we can paint it will not be rust. Okay. Friction causes wear and tear of the moving parts of the machine. To reduce friction, the part must be lubricated time to time. Means the parts get rubbed. So to prevent the moving parts, the parts must be oiled regularly. Okay. Now some examples. Now we have to tell the efficiencies of the machines. A machine requires a load of the effort of 10 kg for a load of 50 kg. Find its mechanical advantage. Okay. So the mechanical advantage formula, we learned about a load upon effort. So what is the effort? 10 kgf. So load upon effort, wait, I am explaining you. Let me rotate my screen. See, this is the formula. Load upon effort. Okay, this is load upon effort formula. Now that we equals to, then we will get that what is the load. What is the load? What is the load? Yeah, 50 kg of 50 and effort is 10. We cut that zeros and we get the answer, that the answer is 5. Nothing, no formula is applied. Calculate the mechanical advantage of a lever in which the effort arm is 60 cm and the load arm is 4 cm. Effort arm what is 60 and load arm is 4 cm. Now I don't tell you this formula, but some cautious reason I think that I have tell, but I will recall the formula. That the formula is load upon effort arm. No, not. That is not effort upon load arm. Yeah, it is a lever formula. Lever formula is different. So what will be the effort arm is 60 and the load arm is 4. So when we will divide it, what will we get? 15. The answer is 50. Got it. So this was all about in this chapter. Now we will do this last example because it is quite interesting. Yeah. So in this question we have to make a figure. The length of the lever of length 1.20 meter has a load of 50 kg at a distance. 50 kg at a distance of 30 cm from one end, and the fulcrum is at the end of the shorter arm. The effort is applied to the end of the longer arm. Draw a diagram and find. The diagram is drawn. The length of a roll arm. Load arm, the length. What will be the length of the load arm? Yeah. 30 cm from the fulcrum, because it is asked from the fulcrum. The length of the effort arm from the load, we will ask from there because the question fulcrum. So from fulcrum to the load, it is 30 cm, and it is total effort arm is of 1.20 meter. The total fulcrum is to effort is equals to 1.20. So 1.20 meters. Now we will convert into centimeters. So what will we get? 120 centimeters. So the mechanical advantage, what will be? Effort upon load. What will be the effort arm? 30 centimeter, or load arm 120. So divided, what will we get? 4. Hence the chapter is completed. So we have completed the simple machines chapter today, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe, like, share. Okay, bye. So this was all with chapter. So I am ending this session.